Hello, this is Panzerlion from POCGamer, and today is day 20, nice, of the 30-day D&D challenge that I've been doing, where I'm answering questions about Dungeons & Dragons based on my thoughts, experiences, and so on. Two-thirds of the way through, big day, almost done. Let's see what today's question is. What is my favorite humanoid slash giant slash fae? Okay, no. Yeah, there's not one favorite out of that. This is gonna be like yesterday again. I can kick off right away with Faye. I don't have a favorite Faye. Like, to be perfectly honest, my experience in game, both as a player and as a DM, I just have not encountered them often enough to have a solid favorite, like, at all in any way, shape, or form. They're there. I know they're there. I know that some other DMs and some other players have, used them a lot more than I have. But in all honesty, I can't for sure say like, hey, yeah, this is my, that's it. That's my favorite one right there. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I can't do that with this particular monster class. I just literally don't have a favorite. That's how it goes with that one. Giants, on the other hand, I do have a favorite. And this shouldn't be any surprise given what I've said previously in previous parts of this about my favorite adventure locations and stuff like that. I like wood giants or forest giants if you prefer. I don't believe they've made the leap. They were a second and third ed thing, and then I haven't looked in the. What the hell? I will get out the fourth edition monster manual that I have, because I did not buy all of them. Let's see here. Cyclops, Dark One, Glabzru, blah, 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 blah. Chromatic Dragons, Dwarves, Death Giants, Ghouls, nope. Earth Giants, Fire, no. Storm, Gibbering Mouther. Okay, so, yeah, no, it did not make the leap to fourth, and I'm pretty sure... Quick check here, make sure I am not crazy. Yeah, no, it's not made the leap to fifth either. So, yet. But, hey, so what do I like about this giant? Yeah. Okay, when they first appeared, wood giants were called, like, Vodkin, and it was second edition, and they were like, it looks kind of like a giant wild elf. We're like, oh, cool. Then you saw the art for it, and, like, I will show you right now, like, what... I don't know who thought this is what something that looks similar to something else should look like, but it really doesn't say anything good about, so let's see here. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that does not look at all like a wild elf or an elf at all. Like, look at it. It's got, like, weird... Whoa, there we go. Weird little ears on the top of its head. Yeah, didn't like it. However, there were some other artists who took a shot at it and drew them much cooler. And so I was like, okay, yeah, I kind of dig this. Then third edition comes along, and, yeah, much cooler looking, much more... much more elf looking. Like it says, yeah, these look like a type of elf. And you're like, oh, yeah, you know what? That actually that tracks. That is what it looks like, and that is the wrong book. They appeared in Monstrous Manual 2 in 3.5, and there's Formorians. There we go. And there we go. So not the guy with the tail, but that one right there, her. Yeah, that is way more wood elf looking. So, what do I like about them? Number one, they're a natural part of the ecosystem. A lot of giants sort of get tacked on to the areas that they're in. They're like, oh yeah, this is where fire giants live, or yeah, frost giants in the hills. You're like, I mean, some of them, it was obviously like hill giants live in hilled areas. Oh, really? Wow, that's amazing. But there's no real explanation for like how they interacted with the places. Like, they were always sort of, at least to me, they're sort of bolted on. So, what else? Or not what else? Wood giants, forest giants. What they did differently that I appreciated was that they were a holistic part of an organic part, if you will, of the ecosystem they existed in. They were part of it. There's notes in their little social ecology bit saying that they interact well with others. So basically, you have a giant that is just part of the world. The wood elves run into them like, "Hey, sup?" And the giants are like, "Sup?" And that's it. Nice and easy. They aren't voraciously trying to destroy everything. Their activities have purpose. And it was good. So yeah, easily my favorite. And certainly not just because I have a bias towards things that are elves. Okay, favorite humanoid. That is much harder. Humanoid encompasses such a wide area of the game's monster selection. I mean, if it's bipedal and kind of mammalian, odds are it's been listed as a humanoid. Even some stuff that isn't mammalian. So this one's more of a challenge, and this is actually going to... This one, like I sat down, I actually thought about this, and this one's actually a tie between orcs and gnolls. And the reason being is that both are common monsters. Like, they are monsters that your average adventuring party is going to run into. I think that many people would be hard-pressed to find an adventuring party that had not stacked orcs like cordwood at some point in battle, or had not encountered, the hyena horror that is the gnoll. But I love both of them, mostly because as a DM, there's a lot I feel that can be done with them, and a lot that I feel that has been overlooked with them. For example, in the Forgotten Realms, I actually thought it was awesome when the Kingdom of Many Arrows was a thing. I thought that was fantastic. It was something that made logical sense. I mean, like, why would you not have a kingdom of orcs? Like, why should this not be a thing? I mean, like, you have a nation ruled by evil wizards. You have a nation, you've got places ruled by all sorts of craziness. You've got the Underdark, which is riddled with drow elves and all that sort of stuff. So there's precedent for that sort of thing. But where was it on the surface? Like, there is Serpentes technically down in the, on the, what used to be the Chult Peninsula before it got blown into sandbars. But that didn't really count because it wasn't an overt nation. It didn't participate in the world as a nation. It didn't really do anything like that. It was very insular and very very closed off. However, like, this was something unprecedented. I was like, wow, this is awesome. Like, why is this not going forwards more? Like, this could, like, legit do some serious changes to, how orcs are approached in game. And then it got smashed by Drizzt Do'Urden, and place collapsed, balkanized, orcs everywhere, back to the status quo. So a little disappointed with how that went. But the potential was there, and potential is something that I like more than just about anything else when I'm looking at monsters. Now, I said they're tied with gnolls, and some people may be thinking, well, how could you tie that with gnolls? I've never had anything. Well, here's the thing with gnolls. Gnolls had a very, very brief period of what I would describe as unintended plot development. So what happened there was that instead of just going the 4th edition route and so far 5th edition route and just saying, yep, they're evil. Well, even 2nd edition route, yep, they're evil, done. Hyena people, demons, blah, kill them all. 3rd and 3.5, I think it was in, I think it was in the Races of the Wild book. They actually introduced the concept, like, dug into the background of them a little bit and, like, created a history for gnolls that went past them just being demon worshipping hyena people. And, like, the potential there, sort of started to, it didn't explode, but, you could see all the components being assembled. I mean, it even went so far as to say that there were gnolls that weren't worshipping the demons that the rest of them worshipped. I can't even pronounce their demon lord's name. I'm not even going to try to. let's call him Smith, spelt with a Y. Anyway, so Smith, spelt with a Y, has always been the main demon that they've worshipped and all that sort of stuff. And in this, they said, like, yeah, like there's actually factions of gnolls that have broken away from it, that are trying to regain something lost, or trying to, like, better themselves, to stop being these, like, horrifying demon worshipping hyena people that eat things all the time. And as I read that, I was like, that's awesome, because this is things that I've been thinking about as a player who frequently wanted to play gnolls. As I talked about way back in the early days of the challenge. So I looked at it, I was like, wow, this is really cool. Like, this has a lot of cool potential. Like, there's a lot that can be done here. Like, this is an entire redemption arc. Like, this is a meta plot thing that could be integrated into the game. And of course, shortly after that, 3.5 ended, 4 came out, and gnolls were, like, smashed right back to square one, along with just about everything else. And all I could think was, like, wow, what a waste of opportunity. Like, this is a major thing. Like, this was something that could have been, an amazing piece of canon had they decided to run with it. So that happened, and yeah. So now I'm left. I'm hoping that they'll go back to that. That'd be awesome. But yeah, I can't say that I like orcs more than I like gnolls, in honesty. Unlike with giants, where I'm like, yeah, wood giants, end of story. So, yeah, I think that's it. Orcs and gnolls, favorite humanoid, like dead tie, like perfectly tied, at least in my mind. Like, I could not, if you put two in front of me and said pick one, I'd be like, I wouldn't be able to make a choice. And favorite giant, wood giant / forest giant, whatever you want to call them. As long as they don't have those weird little, like, ears on the tops of their heads, I'm cool with that. As long as they don't have those. Never those. That looks so dumb. Anyways, wood / forest giants, favorite giant. And yeah, no favorite fae. Just not enough knowledge or experience with them to say, yep, that's it. I like that one. So that's the end of it for today. A bit of a long one, clocking over 12 minutes here. So thank you very much for watching. Please check out my blog, POCGamer.com. Please check me out on Twitter at POCGamer, or look me up on Facebook. I'm there as well. Just search for POCGamer. Have a good day, and I will see you tomorrow.